Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know before you go on a shoot day. As far as I see it, it's a pretty nerve-wracking thing, certainly as far as I remember it.
We're going to go through etiquette.
Flush comes over, obviously we'll be shooting in our zone.
The format. The gear you'll need.
You're just getting a very different gun mechanically.
And even how to shoot these things properly.
It's all about smoothness, being steady.
All while surrounded by one of the most beautiful estates in the world, Dyfi Falls.
So we're about 20 minutes away and we're going to meet up with our loader. And a loader is what I would recommend to anybody on their first day.
A loader is there to make your life easier and your day smoother. They'll help with your gear, keep things organised, and most importantly, help you get the best out of your experience.
Yeah! Nice!
They've shot the estate before, they know every drive, and they'll quietly give you solid advice on what to expect, where to stand, and what's about to happen.
But see pheasants going right up on that hill.
They're there to stop you from panicking and make sure you can just focus on enjoying it. As we pulled into the estate and grabbed a coffee, I knew we were in for something a little bit special.
Ready for one of the best shoots in the country?
I am. It's epic here.
I'm nervous. This is one of the shoots I've wanted to go to for a very long time. And I think throughout any career in shooting, you'll build a bit of a wish list, right?
Yep, and this should definitely be up here. Cambrian as an outfit are mega.
Should we go and get some guns ready?
Let's do it.
It's kind of important before everything kicks off is to get your stuff ready. You don't want to be the guy holding the day up. And that's the first rule. Don't be an inconvenience.
Let's go.
Not being an inconvenience is one thing, but remember, you're here as part of a team. Spend some time chatting with people you haven't met and catching up with old friends on the team. You'll genuinely build bonds that last a lifetime. Once you've socialised a bit, had a coffee and tucked into some breakfast, it's time for the safety brief.
Right, so good morning guys, a warm welcome to Dyfi Falls. So we're a mixed pheasants and parties there today.
The shoot host or gamekeeper will give a short talk outlining the basic rules of the estate. And at the end, you'll draw pegs. That number is your starting position for the day and will rotate after each drive so everyone gets a fair mix of shooting. Once that's done, it's time to get organised. Hop onto a gun bus or load up into a 4x4 and head out to the first drive. If you're not a little bit nervous at this point, that's not normal. Embrace it. Just keep your head, stay safe, and try and make good decisions. That mix of excitement and adrenaline is part of what makes driven shooting so special.
So the beauty of having a loader is that they've been to a place before, so I'm going to ask you exactly what I was going to ask. How does this drive work? What are we expecting, James?
Well, I think it's the old pincer manoeuvre.
Looking at the terrain behind us, they could go pretty much any direction.
Yeah, there are no bad drives if I'm honest.
Certainly when you first get to peg, have a look around, take in the environment, have a guess at where the birds are coming from. If you've got a loader, they're going to tell you a fair assumption of where they're coming from, the sort of lines they're going to be on.
Oh! Absolutely crumpled it.
Then it's worth establishing where your birds will be, right? You look where your neighbours are, you go, okay, that's more likely to be theirs, that's more likely to be theirs.
So when a flush comes over, obviously we'll be shooting in our zone, funnel, whatever you want to call it.
45 degrees in front of us,
yeah,
put your arms out, bring them in until you can see them, and that's kind of you.
Yeah.
Look at some of these birds developing already. Bodying them.
The other thing, they also like hedgerows, tree lines, so they can also be hot spots for flushing birds as well, like that tree line down there, etc. Our birds will be from this sort of right-hand bank, especially with, I think, the way the pen's located and the wind. Yeah, second shot. Here we go, right-hand side here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, there you go, that big hen.
Yeah, you like that, do you?
Go.
Nice shot. So there I miss one. The neighbour hit it. Never a bad thing to salute when they shoot a good bird and wipe your eye. Wiping your eyes when you shoot something and your neighbour kills it because you missed it. On a shoot like this, that's more common.
Unacceptable. Absolutely great.
It's impressive to watch. There's some
Yeah.
lovely birds coming out of the sky. Just watching them come and develop is why you put the effort in to come to these special places. Over the course of your shooting career, you'll look to push yourself to come to new places and try new things, to really search out this feeling, which is exactly why we come and do this thing. Wow.
Partridge. Nice. Oh, beautifully killed.
This is a proper long drive. Get to see them coming, developing, changing, and there's a lot of picking your bird, changing your bird, because you've got a couple hundred yards to see it.
Yeah, it's like it's a traditional drive, isn't it, in that aspect where you've got quite a lot of sky, you stood back a bit.
And some people really dislike this. This is my preference.
Yes,
Like,
me too.
The opposite of this is something called snap shooting, when you're stood somewhere you don't have a lot of time and you just see it, get on it, drive and kill it.
Yeah, that's my worst nightmare. This, I like to be able to make a move, plan a move, and then as the bird changes also, you can go, actually, I'll take that as a crosser.
Important point, you've got 2 barrels for a reason. If you hit it with the first,
Don't
and you
change
think
to
it
another
needs
bird
another
without
one,
killing it.
kill it. Put a second shot into it, there'll be more birds. We're hit it, oh my giddy arm.
Nice. Turned and sort of just dipped on you as you're, here we go, another good flush. That's a good bird. He's turning. Yes! Well shot.
This is not what you do on a game shoot, by the way, guys. Loaders aren't supposed to have a gun. This is not a loader. It's me, mate. And it's just, as we've established, a joy to watch other people shoot as much as it is shoot yourself a lot of the time and sharing the experience. Might drop us at, there you go.
I enjoy watching good shooting as much as holding the gun myself. And sharing a peg with a more experienced friend is one of the best ways to get into this game.
Nice.
You pull the trigger less, sure, but surprisingly, the experience is double. You see the birds differently, you learn more, and there's something genuinely special about watching proper shooting done well.
Feather. No.
Sat there, yeah.
It's not dropping, falling, it's just sitting there.
Every shoot is different. Some will ask you to leave your cartridges on the peg, because they'll pick them up and count them. Here they ask you to pick them up and take them in, and they'll be clicking the shots for the day.
You know, I've been on quite a few shoots loading where the host or whatever will ask you just to keep a note at the end of each drive.
I think we did that justice together. There's
Yeah.
a few real nice ones, which
Yeah,
is
you
why
shot
you
some
come
good
to a
stuff.
place like this, as did you, in the end.
Yeah.
Clean your stuff up, go back to the cars, talk
Yeah.
to people. This is a social event.
That's right.
And on that note, I'm going to go chat to our neighbour, who
He shot a belting partridge. It's a very good partridge.
very, very nice to watch.
So that's the start of a proper shoot day. Coffee, friends, nerves, and hopefully a few good shots along the way. But before any of that happens, there's one major thing that is equally as scary as turning up. Having the appropriate stuff to take. Between guns, clothing, and everything else you're supposed to need, it can all get a bit confusing. So to clear things up, I headed to London and the Beretta Gallery to talk to Alex, a man who's helped loads of people pick the perfect setup for their first day out.
There's a whole list of other things that make your day really, really good, but a gun's kind of a nice thing to have and the thing that we both have focused our lives on, so we're going to start with that.
Other than your loader, it's the companion that you share the peg with. It's a very important part of your day. For me, it's such a personal thing now. With modern shooting, I think you've got to have a real connection with your game gun. Spend a lot of time with it. You've got to have the trust, which comes from enjoying the handling, enjoying the visuals. The fit element of game shooting is very important. Unlike clay shooting, it's very regimented. You know where the target presentations are going to come from. Game shooting is the real thing. There's never a perfect mount, there's never a perfect target presentation, and in my case, there's never perfect footwork. So a gun that fits me as best possible, I always find is the most important thing. So good quality fitting is always something that we highly recommend. With a lot of Beretta products, we offer custom stock dimensions as well, which is nice.
I think if we wind ourselves right back to basics, you don't need the shiniest gun in the world. And what you just said always aligns with what I think is, it's not about the now, it's about looking at the gun in 10 years' time and thinking of all the stories you've shared together, and that's kind of important. But to start off with, a gun with 2 barrels that works is literally all you need. And people go very neurotic. You can't take your clay gun, you can't take a basic gun out game shooting. providing it works and you can use it. That's it. Like, it's a pretty basic thing that we overcomplicate. But 2 barrels, that works, that fits in an ideal world. I think away you go. Taking a spare is often a wise idea too.
100% agree. With modern shooting and the cost of modern shooting, a second gun or a spare gun, or even a pair of guns, gives you that ability to have that perfect spare, have that perfect backup. Also gives you the ability to maybe gain an invite or 2 a year once you've saved someone else's day when their gun let them down. So for me, as a game shooter, you want to have a little bit of diversity in the gun cabinet, and you want to have options. You want to have a backup option as well.
Certainly filling a cabinet with cool guns, a high bird gun, a walked up gun, a small bore gun is, I guess, part of the journey, but to start with, there's a lot, like I said, of neuroses about not having a pretty enough gun, or not having an expensive enough gun, or not having a gun that will blend in. You're hanging out with people who worry about what you take out the slip more than your character. Maybe not the people you want to be hanging around with en masse.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Or the people you want to hang around with en masse. It really depends, both ends of the scale, right?
As a shooter, you're often a de facto gun lover. You know, you often take a lot of pride in your gun. Your gun is a very personal thing. In today's game shooting, they spend their life in a gun slip. If you're in a gun crowd, you might talk about your individual guns, but it's something that when you unsleeve it on the peg, you want to smile. Yeah, for me, it's a really important part of a day's game shooting, is that gun that you're sharing that day with. Doesn't always have to be the most expensive gun, doesn't have to always be the most premium gun, but as long as you enjoy that gun and it's an important part of your day, that's the main thing.
Oh, well, should we go look at some clothes and accessories?
Absolutely.
There's slightly, well, gun's a gun. Clothes, you're slightly more picky.
Slightly more areas to trip up, I find.
Look, clothing can cause some argument, I think we're all aware, but inherently important basics. Ear protection, potentially eye protection nowadays as well, for sure. Something around your neck and something on your head. A hat is always wise.
Absolutely.
And a tie is British tradition, however silly it may seem to literally the rest of the world.
Absolutely. I think British shooting attire probably to the rest of the world does seem very formal, but it's a sign of respect. If you look at other hunting cultures across Europe, there's a lot of respect that goes into the culture, whether it's the way they lay out the game at the end of the day or just the ceremony that comes with it. In British shooting, for me, that's always comes in the attire and how we present ourselves in the field.
The reality is that as you do more game shooting, you'll start to develop your own look. Some people end up in full tweed, classic, traditional and timeless. Others go for something a bit more modern or a touch more colourful. Some prefer a sharp fitted cut, others keep it simple and practical.
Nice load in green.
Bottom line, it's 2025. Wear what makes you happy, but keep within the spirit of country traditions. And by that, I mean no camo, no jeans, leave blaze orange for the rest of the world, and avoid anything so thick or stiff that it makes mounting a gun a chore.
Nice.
Comfort and movement are far more important than fabric or formality. If in doubt, come and see someone like Alex and they'll put you right. Final note on formality, it changes from estate to estate. So if you're unsure, give your host a quick call and they'll tell you what to expect. And of course, dress for the weather. Stay dry, stay warm, and don't overcomplicate it. Back to the shoot, we'd finished up the second drive and it was time for one of the best parts of any shoot day, Elevenses. If you've never heard of it, Elevenses is a mid-morning break. A few minutes to stop, grab a sausage roll, maybe a tot of something warming, and swap stories from the first few drives. It's as much a part of the day as the shooting itself, a little tradition that keeps spirits high and everyone smiling before you find yourself back in the field once again.
Welcome to the third drive. Rocketing Birds, by the way.
Rocketing Birds. It's a very big hill.
I feel like, given we were a back gun, meaning we are placed behind the line, it's a perfect time to talk about safety, and we might as well start there with how to take your gun out of a slip safely, which is basic, but we see a lot of bad behaviour. Gun comes up, you hold it, you break it, and the gun is safe. When you're holding a gun, barrels up. When you close the gun as a back gun, do it behind the line so that you can close into the floor, but you have to be very careful about not
We've got a
sweeping
gap
the line
here,
to the
so we
loading.
are lucky that you can go.
But for the most part, and away you go. Other than that, Keep your barrels in a safe direction at all times and be safe. Shoot what brings you pleasure. Make sure it's got blue sky behind it.
And if it feels wrong, it probably is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you're like, oh, I don't know, don't shoot.
Once you pull the trigger, you're sending lead out of this at
A lot.
100 feet per second. Be safe. Just a little bit safe is good, or a lot safe is even better. So,
What if you're in Wales and there's no blue sky?
it's a very good point.
Then you make sure it's grey sky.
Yeah.
Or
clouds.
rain, or
Clouds
snow.
or rain. Point it up where the rain's coming from, not where it's going.
Yeah, that's right.
When we were at the gallery, mate, we discussed clothing, and we dress pretty similarly. You have +8s on, puddle suppers. I wear standard breeks with garters. You don't wear garters.
No, honestly, never worn garters. What sort of knot do you use?
Double overhand.
Just like a granny knot,
Yeah,
double
double
granny knot. Okay.
We're pretty unexotic, really, but
Yeah.
I like the look. But I keep them short just in case I've got to go and do some bashing in the hedges, and you don't want 6 inches of garter tying and snagging
No.
and just making you a fool.
No, I get that.
As a back gun, we have to be a little bit more careful. It's a whole nother game. What's coming to you might not be yours, so you need to be very careful and be aware of what's in the air more than just one bird.
And the other thing I think is quite important is that we need to prioritise their possibly pricked birds over a fresh bird.
We're a team of guns, right? And as a team of guns, we are here to put birds on the floor in the most humane manner possible as a food product, but also enjoy the process.
No, your moral compass, your host, your keeper will not thank you for letting a possibly wounded bird carry on rather than just trying to shoot your own quota.
Look at some of those pheasants.
Too much.
Too much?
Yeah. What makes a good guest? A good guest is someone who is genuinely appreciative of what they have in front of them, rather than saying that was average, that was whatever. Being polite, punctual,
Respectful.
respectful, don't cut game in half. Do you know what I mean? Just be,
Turn up with the right gear and the right
yeah,
mindset.
I mean, shoot the shoot is the best thing. If you only have 15, 20 yard pheasants, then please shoot 15, 20 yard pheasants. If you have good pheasants, or whatever good may be, then you should shoot those. And if you shoot at the good stuff and you don't hit it, by all means come down a touch, but don't be greedy. Like we said before, you're a team. It's our job as a backgun now to mop up any wounded game that comes through. Being polite. Don't at any point be rude to anybody else. But I've seen guns be rude to beaters, their own loaders.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not good crack, and nobody thanks you for it. Nobody thinks you're a hero. You're just rude. Just be a good egg. Yeah, need a bit more to
Little more. It's not really counted as bad behaviour, but bringing the wrong tools for the job is often considered bad.
Yeah.
Bringing a 28 gauge, 28 inch gun here would be bad. Bringing light cartridge would be bad. Using heavy cartridge in a big gun on a light shoot wouldn't be considered sporting. It's about making it sporting, picking
Never
the good
use
birds.
plaswads on a game shoot. Ever. We're enjoying
standing.
nature. Why would you shoot plaswads? You're just putting a ruck of plastic into the floor, especially in Wales. After game shooting, you have sheep all over these fields, and if sheep are chewing and swallowing plaswads, that is also incredibly bad. Yeah.
Oh, both barrels.
Come on again. Yes. Yeah. Nice.
Nice first
Very
shot.
good.
It's another 50% over what's comfortable.
Yeah.
Your gun, take it.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm more than sure. I've lost my ability. I shot a hell of a one, that's enough. What do they say about knowing your limits? I genuinely, when you shoot a good one, don't you just feel like I could do that every time?
You wish.
Nice shot. Go. There, he's back now, he's back.
Got the big gill back.
Back.
Well, it's what they call an arse kicking.
You know what? If you go out with a good team of guys, you're not going to go too far wrong. I think this is where coming to somewhere like this, where they're going to compose teams of like-minded people, or going with an agent who's going to help you find a day of which there are many, guns on pegs, that kind of thing, it's never a bad thing. And you know what? It's not clay shooting. And most people who go and do game shooting for the first time have shot clays. Clay shooting is easy.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't. I can't say that. Okay. I can't hit clays to save my life.
You miss it, you call it again.
Oh yes, when you say it like that.
And you call it and call it until you've hit it. You do not have this luxury on a place like this. You've had your opportunity and it's gone, and that's part of what makes this exciting. Jamie, we're blessed to stand in a valley on a peg with a gun and have all of this magic work around us. But behind the scenes, a lot has to go into it to make driven shooting happen, right?
Yeah, massive, yes. Got the keepers who are looking after the birds in the meantime on the shoots. We've got beaters out here today, we've got pickers up, drawing people in from local communities. Massive amount of effort goes into producing a day like today.
This doesn't happen without them.
It definitely doesn't, you know, and when the guns say thank you to the guys coming down and that, it goes a long way with them, you know, and they love to be here, but it's nice to be appreciated as well, you know. So, yeah, they're all good guys, and yeah, we couldn't do it without them, you know.
Jamie makes a good point. You're not just one of the guns, you're part of a much bigger team. The beaters, pickers up and keepers make days like this happen, and without them, there is no shoot day. You owe it to these people to turn up ready, practice on some clays and learn the basics. I joked earlier that clays are easy, but you can learn a lot from them too. And so I went down to Ashcombe to do exactly that.
Look, before you actually go and tackle a pheasant in real life or a partridge, I'd suggest learning to shoot them. Going game shooting is expensive, and part of honouring the bird as well as wearing all of the get-up is being able to kill it cleanly. So it's worth going and meeting a guy like you, Don,
Hello.
who's just going to talk us through the basics of how to shoot a driven bird. After you, sir.
Okay, you're going to start with something fairly friendly then.
I feel like that's where most people should start.
Yeah,
I know the
absolutely.
modern fashion is to go to the highest, coolest shoot you can for your first day, but
No, we want something that you can cut your teeth on, so to speak. So what we're going to do is we're going to start just to the left of the tower, off the ground. Nice little friendly driven.
there we go.
There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. However, if you've tailed that, are you going to get a second shot off? Let's take it out in front a little bit
You
earlier.
are a low country boy, aren't you?
No, we've seen it coming over the horizon. We've seen it from 100 yards over the top of the hill. So we can be closer to being mounted, see it, kill it.
Well,
Wallop. Much nicer.
you're also putting all the pattern into the good bit. You are right. It's difficult with clays, right? Because you're trying to discipline yourself. But as soon as I see a pheasant, and you'll hear it usually rather than see it first, the feet turn in, gun turns back, and I will be thinking about where it's going to come out. So I guess we're allowed to do that with the clay.
Absolutely. Pretend it's partridge now, come on. Shoot it out in front of you, properly. Well, that wasn't a big stretch, was it? That way you kill that one and then you kill another one there, in your favourite position.
The basic technique of that, I mount onto its tail and do the classic bum, belly, beak,
beak,
bang. What about big stuff?
What I have learned is that it's all about smoothness, being steady. You can be a little bit more reactive maybe on this closer in stuff, I feel.
Get away with it.
You've got to be very conscious, especially on the big stuff, you've got to be very conscious of line.
Because they tilt and slide.
Yeah, and you know, the wind up there is not doing what the wind's doing down here. Swing through still works. I think pull waist is a good technique as well. That time that you spend on it does give you that little bit more of a read on line and speed, I feel. You have time. You've got time to do whatever you need to do. There's no excuse for your feet to be wrong or any of the basic fundamentals to be wrong. You're not in a ride, you're not rushing, you've got forever. The chances are there's probably several up there. You can pick your horse and decide which one you like that suits you better.
Let's establish that now we've got a bird in the sky. Stick with it a little longer. Establish speed and line a little bit. Pull off, gently squeeze off. What's interesting, actually, now doing it and talking through it, I think my eyes do a lot of the work in terms of my eyes are locked on that bird. I don't care where the gun is.
You know, whether it's game or clays. You know, if it's clays, look at the leading edge. If it's game, look at the beak. If it's drifting on the wind, then actually you might want to move what you're looking at. You might want to be looking at the left wingtip or the right wingtip. And what we're going to do in a minute is we're going to move you about a little bit.
Force ourselves into footwork. Pull.
Splendid.
Pull.
Very good. I mean, there are quite a few people who couldn't actually make that shot physically because they might not have the flexibility of your spine.
We wrapped up at Ashcombe with a few crosses, some pairs, and those awkward angles that teach you how to move your feet and body as well as the gun. It's simple stuff, but it matters. Every clay you shoot builds timing, balance, and awareness.
That's better.
These foundations make a real difference when birds are high and your heart is pounding.
When it comes to game shooting, there is no one-size-fits-all answer.
No, even more so than clay shooting.
Yeah.
Good eyes, good hands.
Yep.
Get half decent gun that fits you, go for gold.
And be ready to finish it off and make it a clean kill.
Back at Dyfi Falls, I didn't realise what was waiting for us next. The legendary Waterfall Drive. A ribbon of pegs laid out beside a stream, framed by steep Welsh hills and the sound of falling water. It's one of those drives that reminds you why this sport captures people for a lifetime.
Guys, welcome to the last drive. It's fair to say we've had a fantastic day. If you go on your first day, you'll have a fantastic day too. You'll just always look for the next thing to do. And it becomes a good lifetime commitment. Addiction's the wrong word. Addictions you can quit.
Yeah, that's right, you can't quit shooting.
Yeah. This is incredible, isn't it?
It is. It's so cinematic. I think that's the right word for it.
We're going to see some of the most spectacular display of driven game in the world right now.
Yeah, it's just so pretty. And then this drive, obviously, folded in from the left, right back behind us, and just push on this hillside, squeeze it into that waterfall, and then just watch it explode. You won't see it anywhere else.
When we were walking in, they knocked a few partridge off,
Yeah.
and they're still better than any partridge you'll find anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
There are days in shooting that stay with you for life. And drives that define what game shooting can be. Waterfall is one of those. Imposing terrain, birds curling and folding in the wind.
Get at it!
Coming from every angle, high, fast, and unpredictable. It's a proper test and one of the top drives in the world without a doubt.
Nice!
Of course, I missed a heap. But the ones I connected with, those are the shots that stay with you. The ones you replay in your head on the drive home. And that is the inherent beauty of it. The challenge. Learning to pick your bird, to be happy to miss, and to enjoy the moment for what it is. Because that's what a true sportsman really pursues. Not perfection, but a chance to test themselves in our extraordinary countryside.
That was something. That was something. I don't really know what to say, but that was something.
It was. Who thought it'd be hard work?
I'm lost for words. A big shout out to the beaters.
Yeah, so way up there. I told you you'd like it. It is epic, isn't it?
Just, yeah. And on that
Absolutely
bombshell,
epic.
it's lunchtime.
By the end of the day, you'll be a little tired, but it's a good kind of tired. Take a moment to enjoy it, grab a beer with the beaters and the pickers up, swap a few stories and soak up that satisfaction before it's time to eat.
One last thing before we eat and chill, clean your guns, look after them. Had a little bit of rain today, things do rust, things don't like being wet and full of dirt. We've shot a lot of shells and put a lot of pressure on this gun and it's looked after us. If you want that to do it again, you look after your gear.
After a full day in the field, lunch always tastes better. It's a chance to unwind with your friends, laugh about the misses, and quietly appreciate the hits.
We don't get anything like this back home in New Zealand. It's very, very special.
That last drive in particular, it was absolutely amazing, magical. I find it very hard to believe you could get a better drive than that anywhere in the world. I'm just absolutely over the moon. I'm buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Yeah.
If you're just starting your game shooting journey, don't be afraid to ask for a mentor. It'll make your journey into this world a lot easier. sometimes that mentor may be your first loader, or maybe just a more experienced friend who takes the time to help. And finally, thank you to everyone who made this video possible. Alex and the team at the Beretta Gallery, and everyone at Cambrian Birds for another incredible day in the memory bank.
Thank you for watching TGS Outdoors. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The channel would not be possible without the support of our amazing sponsors who keep videos coming to you week after week. If you really enjoy the channel and want to support it yourself, please consider becoming a member. Channel members get a bit of extra content.
Today we're going to be talking about good shooting advice.
But mostly, you just keep us going, and we love the support. There's a great community goes on behind the scenes. Take care, guys. Goodbye, and we'll see you on the next one.